him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magob, it's time for the only news that matters and more news on the late great space Ace Frehley. He often spoke about those albums and artists who shaped him, but of all the records he listened to, one stood above all others in his mind. He said, "Are You Experienced?" Said it was revolutionary. It said it sent him on a path to becoming the musician that he is. He recalls carrying a copy of Are You Experienced around his teenage years, showing it off in high school, and being captivated not just by Hendrix's guitar playing, but by his attitude and presence. He also spoke more than once about how Hendrix's style influenced him. Not just the technique, but the boldness. Frehley said that Hendrix's anti-establishment image, the way he dressed and performed, made a big impression early on. Made him believe that being a guitarist wasn't just about playing notes, it was about having something to say. And boy, did Ace have a lot to say. That influence showed up on Frehley's own work, with daring guitar lines, stage persona, and an embrace of both melody and power. Though Ace Frehley has had many favorite albums over the years, Are You Experienced remains the one he considered the greatest of all time. He also said he got a chance to meet Jimi Hendrix when he was 18. He said, "I snuck backstage at his last New York appearance at Randall's Island, and they ended up putting me to work as the road crew. Back then they didn't have laminates or head of security, and if you looked like you belonged with the band, they'd let you go backstage. I had hair down to my waist, lemon yellow hot pants, and a t-shirt with snakeskin stars on it. So they let me in. But after a while, they were like, 'Who is this fucking guy?' But before they kicked me out, they said, 'Can you do anything?' And they put me to work setting up Mitch Mitchell's drums and working on the stage when Jimmy was playing. It was bizarre." There you go. That is the only news that matters, newsworthy. And man, Jimi Hendrix, man, I love me some Hendrix. Just to think that the guy only made 3 studio albums while he was alive. There's millions of albums afterwards, and man, the albums he did after he died, all that stuff they released, gold, pure gold in a lot of it. Room Full of Mirrors. Oh my God, there's a million songs. Look Over Yonder. Just hundreds of songs that Hendrix did, you know. And yeah, to think, you know, how much Ace Frehley influenced the world. I'm talking millions and millions and millions of people. If it wasn't for Jimi Hendrix, though, man. No Jimi Hendrix, no Ace Frehley, according to Ace Frehley. It's what made him start playing. You know, I know that's his main influence. He said it many times. He's got he loves Jimmy Page. He loves a lot of different guitar players, Leslie West, but Jimi Hendrix was his man. And I can imagine, you know, getting Are You Experienced when it was new. And he's at the perfect age for it to discover new music. I can see how it would totally blow his mind. I know if I was into rock back then, Hendrix would have blew my mind. And, you know, for that to be, you know, the first album to come out, you know, and there's so much good stuff on that album, you know. So much deep tracks. Yeah, everybody knows Foxy Lady and Fire, which is one of my favorites on there. And Red House. A lot of stuff. I Don't Live Today is a great deep track. Can You See Me? Just so much great stuff on that one. And yeah, I can imagine, you know, him walking around showing people. And Hendrix, man, I mean, he doesn't really get credit in a lot of things. He's perfectly rated as a guitar player, I think. Perfectly rated. But I think he's extremely underrated as a lyricist. He wrote some, listen to those lyrics on Castles Made of Sand. And, oh my God, there's so many, man. It was awesome. He would, you know, it was total psychedelia, but he would paint pictures with words like that really fit the vibe, the psychedelia vibe, and also the music. It wasn't all rip-roaring, but when it was amazing. But when he would mellow out, man, and play like stuff like Little Wing and stuff, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous music. And because of him, you know, all you people that are into Kiss and don't really like Jimi Hendrix have never really explored Jimi Hendrix. I tell you, give it a chance, man. Go listen to what inspired Ace Frehley, man. And hopefully it'll grab you enough to get into it, you know, because Hendrix was a genius. To me, he was a freaking genius. You know, a lot of people, oh, you know, he was one of the greatest guitar players ever. He died. What a shame. It was beyond that, man. He was beyond just a guitar player. It was music. The music that guy delivered was just so groundbreaking and beautiful. But the thing is that his guitar playing was so explosive, so extremely explosive, that it kind of overshadowed to the masses what was going on around it. You know, and what was going around it? Mitch Mitchell, one of the greatest, talk about underrated drummers. Noel Redding on bass. The Jimi Hendrix Experience was vicious. Vicious. They played here at the Miami Highlight, where I still take my mom there. She likes the casino, so I take her there from time to time. And he played there, man. That was the first concert I ever saw was in that venue. It was Cheap Trick, but Hendrix was something else, man. And, you know, more credit to him because of Ace Frehley, man. His music and his influence has influenced generations to come. Not, you know, not only because, you know, oh, I got into guitar because of Hendrix. No, a lot of people got into guitar because of Ace, not Hendrix. And then later they discovered Hendrix and found out how awesome he was. That is, if the guy that picked up the guitar is a good guitar player. That's just my opinion, because I am a Hendrix nerd. You know, I love Jimi Hendrix. I listen to Jimi Hendrix so much because he's got so much music. Only released 3 studio albums in his lifetime, but he has dozens of more after that. And those that probably you're not watching, those that think, oh, Hendrix awesome, Ace Frehley's a joke, you obviously never heard the 78 solo album, you know? Or, you know, paid attention to what he was doing in songs. No, it wasn't like your technical shit, but in my way of thinking, it's better than technical, what Ace did. I like it more than how technically proficient you are, you know? What he did solo-wise, I'm telling you, one of the greatest without a doubt. It's a horrible loss, Ace Frehley. It's devastating to me. And that's why I'm doing all these news reports, and it's not Kiss Wednesday, because we just lost Ace, man. We just lost Ace Frehley. You know, God, right after Ozzy, you know. Past 2-3 years were horrible for me. A lot of deaths in my family, and, you know, John Sykes. I can go on and on. There's been a lot of deaths, and man, Ace Frehley, this one hits like a bomb. It was like, it's like a 1-2 punch. Like if Ozzy didn't hurt enough, bam. You know, the left is Ozzy, the right face, Ace Frehley, and man, does it hurt. I mean, the swelling hasn't gone down from getting hit with the Ozzy death yet. And now I got this big ass swell on the other side of my face. Oh man, and it's only gonna. You know what? I was about to say something I take back. I was about to say, it only gets worse from here. No, it gets the same. Because it doesn't get worse than Ace. It doesn't get worse than Ozzy or Eddie Van Halen or John Sykes. And I can go on and on and on. It doesn't get worse. Just we're going to have equally as bad but not worse, you know, coming, because they're all up there in age, including us that were there 40-something years ago. In many cases, people watching 50-something years ago, you know, and it hurts. It's like a family member died. It really does feel that way. You know, yesterday was bad, but finding out 2 days ago was bad, but finding out yesterday was horrible. And I woke up today feeling just as bad. Oh, I'm going to miss Ace Frehley, man. What a gift it is that we got to live during the Ace Frehley years. Anyway, thank you all for watching The Only News That Matters. Again, another Ace News Report, because I just can't talk about anything else at the moment, you know? And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Kiss Alive and Schmack 'em a Gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.